Okay, today we are going to discuss about the lesson perimeter. So this is the first lesson in grade 10 mathematics syllabus. Right. So when it comes to perimeter, let's refresh a bit of memory with related to the previous lessons that you have learned during your course of study. So when it comes to so first of all, what is perimeter? The meaning of perimeter is when you have some sort of a shape with you, say for example something like this, right? So when you have a shape like this, the perimeter means the uh, the total length of all the sides, right? If I take this one, if I uh, if I put the sides, if I name the sides like this, for example, if I let's also put a couple of lengths to these as well. This is 5 centimeters, this is 3 centimeters, likewise this is 2 centimeters, and this is again 4 centimeters, and this is let's say this is 3 centimeters, and this is uh, 4 centimeters. So when it comes to, this is actually not a proper shape that we are talking about, but if we consider a shape like this, so what is the perimeter of this? As I mentioned, the perimeter is equivalent to the length of all the sides, right? So when it comes to the perimeter of this shape, right? Perimeter of this shape is equivalent to 5 centimeter plus 3 centimeter, right? 2 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter. This is actually from here to here, right? And 3 centimeters is, this is actually from here to here. 2 centimeters is from here to here. 4 centimeters from here to here. Uh, 3 centimeters is from here to here. 4 centimeters again from here to here. So addition of all the sides, right? All the sides surrounded by this shape, we call it perimeter in the simple sense, right? So when it comes to perimeter, previously you have learned a couple of things. When it comes to the perimeter of rectangle, uh, they have given some sort of a formula, but my advice is always stick into the basic. Perimeter means addition of all the sides, right? The addition of the length of all the sides. So when it comes to the rectangle, if you one of the features in the rectangle is that this side is equivalent to this side, right? If you call this side as 5 centimeters, or the length of this side is 5 centimeters, and this is 5 centimeters, and if you call this one as again say 10 centimeters, and this is 10 centimeters again, meaning that this side is equivalent to this side and this side is equivalent to this side, right? So there are actually two features when it comes to the shapes like rectangle, is that two sides are equal to each other. There are altogether four sides, but two sides are equal to each other, meaning that this side is equal to this side, not the just two sides, opposite sides, I would say, are equal to each other. And the other thing is there I mean all the angles are right angles inside the rectangle. So as I mentioned, when it comes to the basics of the perimeter, uh, the, the perimeter is equivalent to the addition of all the sides. So when it comes to rectangle, what are the sides that we have? We have uh, when it comes to again the what you call the perimeter, so it will be equivalent to, let's put a bit of a rectangle in here, and as I mentioned, this is equivalent to this side, right? So what we have is, uh, let's call this as length, right? And sorry, breadth, and let's call this one as length, right? So this is B, this is L. So the total perimeter, if we put the numbers into here, this is also, I mean, since this is equivalent to this in here, this is L, this is equivalent to this B, right? So the total perimeter is equivalent to L plus B plus L plus B. That is equivalent to 2L plus 2B, right? So 2 is a common, what do you call, the factor in here. So we take that 2 out and put the brackets. So this becomes your formula in here. But my advice is don't try to remember these formulas because you have a lot of formulas to remember when it comes to mathematics. So just remember when it comes to what you call the shapes like rectangle and even the square. So the basic is that uh, first of all, when it comes to rectangle, this side is equivalent to this side, right? This side is equal to this side. So if someone, or if in your questions you get uh, the length or breadth of the sides, like when it comes to this, if you are given the breadth of this is equivalent to 5 centimeters as well. This side is equivalent to the opposite side is equivalent to 5 centimeters as well. If the length of this is given as 10 centimeters, this is equivalent to 10 centimeters as well. So what you have to do is you have to add all these sides, 10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5. So this will become what 20, 30 centimeters altogether. So length again, so when it comes to the what you call the square, it is a bit of similar, but when it comes to what you call the shapes like square, one of the things is that it is bit more easier than the rectangle. The reason is all the sides, all the four sides are equivalent to each other, right? So in here, if someone gives this is as 4 centimeters, this means when it comes to a square, if this is 4 centimeters, this is again 4 centimeters, this is 4 centimeters, and this is again 4 centimeters. So the total perimeter of this is 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters. So altogether 60 centimeters. So the thing is now when it comes to the shapes like this, if you can of course remember these types of formulas, but uh, in case if you forget something like this, what you have to do is you have to add all these sides, right? So that is simple as that. And when it comes to triangles, we'll speak in detail about the triangles, but again the basic is same. If the side of this is 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters, and from here to here 3 centimeters, and from here to here if it is 4 centimeters, and from here to here if it is 5 centimeters, the total perimeter of the entire shape is 3 plus 4 plus 5, meaning 9, 12 centimeters, right? So the only formula that I would recommend you to remember is the formula of circle, the perimeters formula of circle. So that is actually a simple formula that you have to remember is 2, 5, r, r being the radius, radius of the circle. 5, we know for a fact that 5 is equivalent to 22 divided by 7 or 3.14, right? So this is actually something that is being given in your paper to consider whatever the 5 that you need to use. But the accurate number, or you can remember this one, the 5 is equivalent to 22 divided by 7, right? So let's take a bit of an example. First of all, let's clear these things out again. So this is your circle. So what you have to do is you have to find the length from this point all the way around here to this point. So that is the meaning of perimeter of a circle, right? So when it comes to this, so what you need to know is actually uh, the radius of this, right? So when it comes to the shapes like this, as I mentioned, uh, when it comes to circles, of course, the perimeter is equivalent to the distance from this point all the way around here to this particular point, right? So as I mentioned, what you need to know is the radius of this, right? Radius of this. Radius is, this is the center point of it, from center to this particular point, right? So radius is equivalent to, let's say, for example, radius is equivalent to 7 centimeters. So the perimeter or the length from this point to this point of this particular circle is equivalent to, as I mentioned, the formula is 2 pi r, right? So this is perimeter, let's call this perimeter is equivalent to 2 pi r. So what is now 2 is given, and 5, what is the value of 5? It's actually a constant value that we need to remember, 22 divided by 7. What is the value of r? R is our radius, right? Is 7 centimeters. So the total, I mean the final answer is 44 centimeters, right? So this is actually when you are given uh, the radius. So what if you are given the diameter, right? Diameter is from one of these points to the other point, but the line is going through the center, right? So in here, if the diameter is, let's say, 14 centimeters, so how are you going to substitute into this formula? We know for a fact that diameter is equivalent to twice the size of uh, radius, right? Radius, right? So in that case, let's say uh, now in this example you are given the diameter. So in that case, what you have to do is um, you have to remember that the radius is equivalent to diameter divided by 2 divided by 2. So whenever you are given the diameter, what you have to do is you have to, if you want to substitute into this formula, what you have to do is you have to divide it by 2 and you are given 7 centimeters. So the answer will be the same when it comes to this case. Also, what you have to do is you have to get to substitute this into the same formula divided by 7. So now in case of you are given the diameter, you can put like this, right? Without actually divide it, dividing it by 2. So what you can do is you can cut this and cut this. So again, you are going to get 44 centimeters. So as I mentioned, so when it comes to the perimeter of this is from, you are given the circle like this. This is from this point to this point, the length of from here to here. So the answer is 44 centimeters. So that is actually something that you have learned already. So this is actually a summary for something that you have already learned during um, your mathematics during from grade 6 to grade 9. And now we are moving into a different area where you are going to learn uh, about what you call sectors.